soft winds about my head, wash my feet in crystal streams, cradle arms in crystal streams, breathe the scent of pine for dreams, wrap me tight in earthen cloak. Take me back, O hills I love, lift me for this lonely bed, light my way with stars above, curl soft winds about my head, wash my feet in crystal streams, cradle my arms in crystal streams, breathe the scent of pine for dreams, wrap me tight in earthen cloak.
Good morning. Happy Halloween. Blessed Samhain, Feliz Dia de Muertos, and all the other ways to welcome and acknowledge this special time of year, the turning inward time of transition from fall to winter. My name is Beth Caro, and today I'm joined here at the Unitarian Universalist Community of the Mountains by Cheryl Morris, with support online from Eileen Hale, and the fine Ivy, AV team in the back, Bob and Steve. Toby, Thomas, Rose, and Claire Love are blessing us today with their musical offerings. The ritual of welcoming and honoring ancestors is an ancient spiritual practice found in many cultures and traditions. Thus, we begin this morning's ceremony with paying tribute and expressing gratitude to our many ancestors. As we do so, we will cast a circle, incorporating not only our ancestors, but the directions and the elements, as well as the familiar rituals we've come to rely on as part of our regular Sunday services. Although, for the sake of any newer comers here today, I suppose I should say that there is no such thing as a regular Sunday service here at UUCM, especially when I'm here. Welcome, all. I am Beth, mother of Willow Rose and Rowan Lily, daughter of Linda, granddaughter of Betty Jean and Florence Annie, great-granddaughter of Bertie Mae, Marie, and 2 others, great-granddaughter of Allie Marie, Ruth, and 6 others, and so on, and so on, and so on. Ancestors all. Whether names are remembered or forgotten to history, I carry them with me in ways I don't even fully know, as do we all. From our histories, our ancestors call to us, asking to be remembered, asking for forgiveness, perhaps. We are grateful for their gifts, their lessons, and their challenges, calling us into accountability and responsibility to fulfill their hopes and aspirations while offering a quiet, supportive foundation as we strive to reach goals unimagined in their time. We begin by calling on those ancestors who were present in this area long before any of us, and whose land was never ceded, never yielded. The first peoples, the Nisenan. With this basket of black oak acorns, we express our heartfelt desire that their descendants, who are living here still, yet nearly invisible, may recover more and more of their rich cultural heritage through federal recognition. Ancestors, be with us. We call on the early Unitarians and Universalists, both lay people and ordained ministers, who brought our faith tradition from its roots in New England all the way here to Nevada County, California, within the Pacific Central District, itself within the Pacific Western region. I hope I got that right. It's the district that's in the region, right? Yeah. Okay, well, pretend it is. Seeking new frontiers of being and new ways of being in community. Ancestors, be with us. We call on the ancestors of the Unitarian Universalist community of the mountains, who built, grew, and dreamed this church and this community into being. Today, we recognize the passing of our newest UUCM ancestors. Joanne Olson, James Olson, Judith Ellen O'Neill, Linda Horning, and Custis Haynes. We add their names to the 42 others who have gone before and are represented by leaves on our tree of remembrance in the back. And we light our chalice today in their honor with the words written by Florence Kaplow. As we kindle this flame, we honor and remember those who have passed into the mystery. Their brightness lives on in our vision. Their courage lives on in our commitments. And their love continues to bless the world through us. Now's a good time to light your home chalice. We call upon our activist ancestors, some of whom lost their lives in the struggle for justice, freedom, and liberation of all people, who challenge us to honor the fullness of each and every human being. We especially lift up those ancestors who experienced racism and oppression right here in Nevada County, Gold Country, and those who sought to right the wrongs. They call on us to put an end to hate in all its ugly forms. Ancestors, be with us. We call upon and honor the beauty of the earth, this particular part of creation that this church ministers in, the mighty Yuba River and its many tributaries, the forested foothills of the Sierra Mountains, the oak trees and the pines. The earth, too, is our oldest ancestor, and it calls us to remember our interconnectedness to nature and to the history of the land itself. And now we call and invoke our own individual family ancestors, parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, our siblings, as well as our extended family of mentors, guides, friends, lovers from across time and space, pets, to be here with us. Each one of us brings into this space our own network of beloved dead. We will speak their names now. Those on Zoom will type into the chat, and Eileen will speak them into the room. Bill, William, John,
Roger,
Dusty,
Austin, Rizzy,
Betty,
Mom,
Joan,
Barry, Virginia,
Trisha,
Dave, Peter, Judith Ellen, Henny, Miles, Gordon, Lawrence, Sina, Berdina, Lori,
I guess now's a good time to remind myself that crying is fine, and you as well. Actually, Siobhan and I were talking a lot about death around getting this service together, and I came up with this thought that it was oddly comforting that every tear that we cry was once passed through a dinosaur. So there's that. Welcome, dinosaurs. And now we'll cast a sacred circle by invoking the directions. Please, as you are able, to turn to the east as we invite the ancestors residing there in the place of knowledge and wisdom to join our circle. Please, everyone join in saying, "Ancestors, be with us. Ancestors, be with us." And we'll turn to the south as we invite the ancestors residing there in the place of passion and emotion. Sorry, that's not where it's in the place of energy and will. That's the west. Okay, energy and will, south. Ancestors, join us. Oh, sorry, ancestors, be with us. Oh my gosh, come on back. Okay, and now we'll turn to the north. Wait, why? Sorry, west. Gosh, darn it. Please turn to the west as we invite the ancestors residing there in the place of passion and emotion to join our circle. Please, everyone, join in saying, "Ancestors, be with us." Ancestors, be with us. And turn to the north as we invite the ancestors residing there in the place of endurance and strength. It's over that way-ish, to join our circle. Please, everyone, join in saying, "Ancestors, be with us." Ancestors, be with us. Okay, we have gathered here a great cloud of witnesses, ancestors all. I hope you can feel their presence. May our ancestors guide us on our way. May they bless this time and space and the work of beloved community we undertake in their footsteps and on behalf of those who are yet to come. The circle is now cast. I would like to invite, are there young people here? Doesn't look like it. Okay, well, have you noticed, okay, more, we'll get to that. Have you noticed more decorations around town lately? I've been seeing a lot of skeletons. Sometimes they're posed to look scary, but I've seen a lot that look like they're doing normal stuff, like gardening or walking a dog or even driving a car. Just like live people do, only they are just bones. These decorations are a way to have fun with big stuff that might otherwise make us feel sad or scared. They remind us that death is a part of life and maybe take some of the fear and sadness away. For many, many people all around the world, the presence of the dead seems easier to feel at this time of year. So it seems like a good time to honor them, to think about and talk about family and friends and pets who have died. From Korea to Mexico and all around the world, People build altars in memory of their relatives who have died, whether recently or long, long ago. On altars, they will put photographs and treasures like jewelry or special objects, candles, and lots of flowers, and food. Because really, nothing says, "Hey, welcome," like a plate of yummy food. So now we're going to make them a plate of food called a spirit plate to put on our altar here as an offering to the memory of the ancestors who we are thinking of today. And you can get that plate off the altar. And if there's anyone, young or old, that wants to come and make a spirit plate, we have a lovely table all set with food to choose from. There's beautiful citrus fruits, chocolate, sweet bread, milk, and even some honey wine. So any children that want to come up, or Cheryl can make the plate herself. Or it doesn't have to be children, it could be anybody. Yeah, anyone that wants to. Come on up, pour some milk, pour some honey wine. There's tomatoes from my garden gathered today. And you know, while you're up here, you can actually put some in your mouth too. That's not, as long as your mom says you can, you can. Oh, and this is a good time, if you haven't gotten to do what Renee is doing, you're welcome to put your memories or your photos on the altar. Okay. All right, now don't everyone sit down, because we're going to make a path of marigold flowers. So, thank you. Will you two stay up here? Yeah, okay. All right. So we're going to make a path of marigold flowers. And these marigolds came here from Gail's garden, and Cassandra helped to pick them. In many Latino cultures, the marigold is a sacred flower for the Day of the Dead celebrations. Flowers symbolize the brevity of life, meaning they don't last forever and should be enjoyed while they're here. The bright colors and spicy fragrance of the marigolds are thought to attract the souls of the dead to the ofrendas, the altars prepared for them. In small towns in Mexico and beyond, families will make floral paths of marigolds from the graveyards where their loved ones are buried to the front doors of their homes where they're welcomed. So let's scatter these brightly colored flowers now. We'll make a path from our altar to the threshold of our church building. Yeah, I'll get that. And you can spotlight. All right. And Cheryl, while they're doing that, why don't you, come around here, light the candles on the altar. So we're making a path from there to there, and try not to, well, it's too late. It's okay. It's fine. No, it's super good. Just get them out there. Make the path. Yeah. Actually, Cheryl will, after she lights the candles, wait, I know what we'll do. Just so that during the joys and sorrows, trips and falls, because that was just right there. The rest are fine. Okay. Great. Oh my gosh. Can you see that? Doesn't that look neat? Wow. Okay. Thank you. So Cheryl. Oh yeah, it's like a heavenly glow, isn't it? Woo! Okay. And Cheryl, you're going to light the candles on the altar right now? Oh, okay. Thank you. We're done. Thanks. I know. You know what? Maybe Corey, will you help Cheryl? Sure. Just light the candles. Grab some matches, or grab a candle, or I don't know. We'll fix it. We were hoping for children. That's fine. So we're going to light the candles on the ancestor altar, and we have to be so careful around candles. They make us slow down and appreciate the beauty that surrounds us, and they light our way. Maybe they'll light the way for some of our beloved dead. Oh, this is going to be cool. Thank you. Well, I suppose while they're doing this, we can sing the kids off to their celebrations. If there's not any, do we do Kids Connection? Sorry, I should have had a contingency plan. Oh well. While they're doing that, let's sing. It's a good song to sing right now anyway. All right, so. Thank you. So each week, we share in a simple but powerful ritual of caring and concern, where what we carry with us in our hearts and minds, in our shoulders and in our jaws, can be symbolized by these beautiful stones. Whether celebrating or grieving, we can, let's close that. Can you close the door, Cheryl? Thanks. They can still come in. They're through the mail slot. So whether celebrating or grieving, we can pick up a stone, a precious piece of earth, and allow it to take the place of all that we are holding. Placing the stones into the water in this beautiful bowl, symbolizing the container of caring community that we create here together. We notice how the dropping of a stone creates ripples that expand to affect the entire bowl. And then we know we're not alone, either in our joy or our sorrow. As the music plays, please come forward if you'd like to mark what is most pressing on you today. Those on Zoom, please feel free to briefly type into the chat. I placed a stone on our altar. For those of you who didn't bring a memorial item for your beloved, let that be a marker for you so that your beloveds are up there as well. And then the last stone in our bowl, for all that remains, perhaps too tender yet to be brought forth. I could not help but notice the symbolism that below the seemingly calm surface, there are many, many unseen burdens that we carry. We trust that beyond absence, there is a presence, that beyond the pain, there can be healing, that beyond the brokenness, there can be wholeness, that beyond the anger, there may be peace, that beyond the hurting, there may be forgiveness, that beyond the silence, there may be the word, that beyond the word, there may be understanding, that through understanding, there is love. May we be that love for each other and for ourselves. Amen.
And they're gonna have words, right?
No, because...
Not for this one?
Oh, wait, maybe there
I'm
is.
sending you that.
Yeah, there's words. Go ahead. I'm sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. For the first of our two rituals today, we're going to be doing a little writing. I'll explain more while the ushers now come forward and facilitate the passing of baskets. The baskets. So as the basket passes by you, please take a piece of this special paper and a pencil when it comes to you. And you can pass it just like the offering. I'd like to share with you, while that's going around, part of a blessing that I used to say before each service. I started saying it regularly, right as we did the COVID pivot to online services. And I think it fits well here. May all the words that need to be spoken be heard. May all the words that need to be heard be spoken. So, I invite you now to think of someone who is no longer here with us. someone to whom you might have something you would like to say. Or maybe not like to say, but rather need to say. It might be something that you didn't feel comfortable or safe to say while they were still living. Maybe it's a realization that you had long after they passed. Maybe they passed unexpectedly before you had a chance to speak these words. I think you understand. I'd especially like for you to, I want to encourage you to summon your own courage. After all, this is the last service of the month of courage. Summon your own courage to say the words perhaps that are really hard, that whatever the reasons you could not speak while they were alive. Go ahead and write what you can. Maybe you'll not have time or space on the paper to write everything, but at least make a mark that's symbolic for you, or jot down a phrase or two, or even a word that means something to you. And this is only for you to see. You're not going to be tested. It's not going to go up on a wall. It's just for you and your ancestor, whoever that is for you. Remember, in this service, we're using the word ancestor to extend beyond our family lineage. So when you're finished, you can bring them up to this beautiful bowl of water collected yesterday from our own Yuba River. Cheryl will stir them up, and they'll dissolve into the water. Please note that I have carefully researched the environmental impact of this special biodegradable paper, and it is safe to use in this way, because later I'm going to pour it back into the river, where we can imagine it going, flowing to where it needs to go, to whom it needs to go, saying what needs to be said. When you're ready, come on up. You can hang on to your pencils, and we'll collect them with the offering. Wow. Part 2, Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono is an ancient Hawaiian practice of reconciliation and forgiveness. Ho'o means to make or to cause, and pono means right, proper, or perfect order. So put together, ho'oponopono means setting things right, or to put things in order or balance. The practice is simple, but very powerful, and it can be done alone or one-on-one or even in a group. It can be done silently, but some say that speaking the words out loud gives them more power. Many people begin and end their day with a ho'opono practice. Ho'oponopono, the balance, pono, pono. There are 4 steps, and you can do them in any order. You can think of ho'oponopono as a circular mantra. You can begin at any point in the circle. Today, we'll start with what might be the hardest part. Repentance. I'm sorry. Just 2 little words that hold so much weight. Now, I'm sorry doesn't necessarily mean I'm guilty. I'm sorry means I recognize the conflict and I am sorry about it. Okay. I'm sorry. And next, you ask for forgiveness. Please forgive me. It's really also important to note that true forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting like it never happened. It means making space to acknowledge that the problem exists. Kuma Sabra Kauka, a Hawaiian elder, historian, educator, and activist, says it is much bigger to forgive than to carry the burden of blame and then to move on from that point. Because only by forgiving and moving on can you reach a higher point. Please forgive me. Then, love, the greatest power we can tap into. We are steeped in it, and the more we share it, the more we feel it. I love you. And lastly, gratitude. Thank you. It costs so little, yet it means so much. It changes everything. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. For this brief introduction into the wonderful practice of Ho'oponopono, we'll go through it a few times together, calling to mind various situations. I'll guide you to that. Various people and places in our life where this might be profoundly helpful. Please speak the words with me and feel free to close your eyes as you visualize the following situations. We'll start with ourselves. Our relationship with ourself is often the one that is most fraught with conflict. When we heal ourselves, we can help to heal the world. Okay, Bob, you can show the slide. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Next, someone in your close circle, your family, your friends, the people you interact with regularly, with whom you probably take some not so nice shortcuts in your communication. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Now, an ancestor. This could be someone who you know, who left this plane without the opportunity to fully reconcile your relationship. Or it can be someone in your far distant past that you just want to connect to today in this way. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Community. Someone either in this community of ours here at UUCM or beyond, with whom you feel out of balance. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And next, the planet Earth. We could do this one repeatedly, all day long. For the Earth. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Back to self again. This time, though, I invite you to say this as if it were coming from someone else, spoken to you, someone you know you need to hear these words from. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. May all the words that need to be spoken be heard. May all the words that need to be heard be spoken. Amen, and blessed be.
We'll give Beth a chance to sit down for at least 5 minutes. But you have a job to do, because this reading, a litany of wholeness, I will read one line, and then there's a line for the congregation. Bob, do you want to put it up on the screen? Because there have been times when shame has crushed our ability to be wholehearted. Because we have not always had the courage to be imperfect.
We let go of who we ought to be and embrace who we are.
Because we have struggled to have compassion for ourselves and for others.
We let go of who we ought to be and embrace who we are.
Because we have been afraid of our own vulnerability.
We let go of who we ought to be and embrace who we are.
Because we are sometimes too scared to live authentically.
We let go of who we ought to be and embrace who we are.
Because we want to be wholehearted people, confident in our worthiness. As we bring into our remembrance those we have loved and lost, I imagine I'm not the only one, including beloved animals in my memories. Not only special pets, but also wild animals we have somehow befriended, or who have befriended us, or those we have only glimpsed from a distance, but we felt honored by their presence. 25% of our offering this month will support wildlife rehabilitation and release, dedicated to the care and rehabilitation of injured and orphaned wildlife. Successfully releases over 100 different species of native wildlife, including mammals, songbirds, raptors, waterfowl, reptiles, and amphibians. If you wish 100% of your offering to go to wildlife rehabilitation, use the white envelope in the collection basket. And now, Allison will tell us the ways we can contribute.
Your generosity remains essential to our ability to sustain the work of our community. There are several ways to contribute. You may text an amount to 833-579-0483, give via our website at uugrassvalley.org, via PayPal at paypal.me/UUCM, or mail to UUCM 246 South Church Street, Grass Valley, California, 95945. Thank you.
Thank you for your generosity. We dedicate this offering to honoring and protecting all creatures, great and small. And before Beth comes up to do her thank yous, I want to say a huge thank you to Beth, who created the service, created this beautiful altar, and gave us another wonderful experience.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to serve this community in this way. It really, truly is. And speaking of serving the community, look at this list. All kinds of people helped with today's service and beyond. Cheryl, my intrepid, always willing worship associate. Claire, stepping in to lead. Tovi, thank you for being here with your music. Steve and Bob in the back, smashed it out of the park. George and Corey behind the scenes. Eileen, thank you so much for being our chat host again. Linda came in multiple times to help put the beautiful touches around the building. Thank you, Linda. Greeters, Lori, Penny, Carmen, Shannon Dooley Miller, Rain, and Beth are in the back putting together the refreshments later. And Joe and Leona are doing the Kids Connection. So many people to thank. Also, I wanted to say, gosh, wait, hang on. Who am I missing? Oh, Gail Johnson-Vaughn is providing a tremendous amount of support to the worship team, and not just the worship team, the whole community right now, especially with Reverend Keverin's absence. You've stepped into so many different roles, put on so many different hats, and you're still really nice, at least to me. I don't know. I don't know about the rest of you. Thank you, Gail. Okay, our closing song today is one that we haven't, there's announcements. So Sunday services, the website is really amazing right now. There's lots of stuff on it. It's really easy to navigate. Check out the website if you haven't been there for what's going on. Also, if you haven't already gotten the information, tonight at 5, there's a potluck in honor of your ancestors. So bringing food, the recipes of, and some ancestors I know just bought cakes at the supermarket. But the idea is that we'll set a table and we'll eat together and share stories of our beloved dead. So I hope you'll join us at 5. And like I said, our closing song is written by my friend Copperwoman. We've never sung it before, but it's really easy to pick up, and I hope you can join us. We are ancient, we are now, we are remembering, we know how. We are ancient, we are now, we are remembering, we know how. We are ancient, we are now, we are remembering, we know how. Next slide. We are now, we are remembering, we know how. I forgive you, I forgive me, clear the dust so we can breathe. I forgive you, I forgive me, clear the dust so we can breathe. I forgive you, I forgive me, clear the dust so we can breathe. We are ancient, we are now, we are remembering, we know how. We are ancient, we are now, we are remembering, we know how. We need the darkness as we need light, can't have a daytime without a night. We need the darkness as we need light, can't have a daytime without a night. We need the darkness as we need light, can't have a daytime without a night. are remembering, we know how. We are ancient, we are now. We are remembering, we know how. We are ancient, we are now. We are remembering, we know how. We'll end our time together in this sacred space by acknowledging and releasing the directions and opening the circle. Ancestors, spirits, guests from beyond the place, from the place beyond our knowing. It is time for you to return. We may or we may have not said all that needed to be said in your lifetime, but on this day we have remembered you. We have said some of what needed saying, and we have tried to set things right through the ancient way of Ho'oponopono. Now we send you back across the veil to the place where you belong as our beloved dead. May you rest easy until we meet again. Farewell. In the way that feels right to you, please turn to the north. Ancestors of the north, guided here by the acorns and the stones of the earth, we thank you for blessing our sacred circle today. Now we release you. You are free to go. Hail and farewell. Hail and farewell. And to the west, ancestors of the west, guided here by the water of the Yuba River, we thank you for blessing our circle today. Now we release you. You are free to go. Hail and farewell. Hail and farewell. And to the south, ancestors of the south, guided by the fire of our chalice and the many candle flames it has ignited, we thank you for blessing our sacred circle today. Now we release you. You are free to go. Hail and farewell. Hail and farewell. And ending in the east, ancestors of the east, guided by the air that carries the fragrance of flowers and fills the feathers of birds, we thank you for blessing our sacred circle today. Now we release you. You are free to go. Hail and farewell. Hail and farewell. The circle is open but unbroken. And though we extinguish our chalice light, we know that we will continue to carry the flame of peace and love until we meet again. See you next Sunday.